What is going on, good people? And tonight I'm here to review NXT Deadline 2023. But before I do that, I am going to roll my intro. So sit back, relax, go get you something to drink, get you something to eat while we review NXT Deadline 2023. So I'll see you guys in a few moments.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, gotta fill up.
Okay, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. And tonight, right here on the Juggernaut Show, we are here to review WWE NXT Deadline 2023. The final PLE for WWE, which this show was held on December 9th, 2023. And it was from Bridgeport, Connecticut. Also, if this is the first time ever joining my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, go down in the comments, let me know what your thoughts were about NXT Deadline, because I want to know, before we start talking about this show. But yeah, overall, I thought NXT Deadline was a pretty enjoyable show. I mean, both Iron Survivor matches, the men's and the women's match, was fine. I think the men's match was a little better. I just like all the big high spots that they had, and we'll get into more specific detail why I thought that match was better. The NXT title match wasn't bad. I mean, we even had title change on the show. So, and we even had CM Punk on the show, which we'll talk about that here in a little bit. He was on the show. He even kicked off the show. So, I mean, there was a lot of exciting things on this show. And so I really enjoyed this. Like, going to the show, I was kind of going to this with low expectations, but I came out. It was pretty good. It was a pretty good show, nonetheless. So let's go waste some time. Let's get started with this review. So the first match that kicked off the show, which was on the kickoff, we had Axiom going up against Nathan Frazier, which this match was supposed to happen on last week's episode of NXT. But, then the whole women of the Iron Survivor match got involved. And then they ended up moving the match to Deadline on the kickoff, which I thought that was fine. I think both guys worked really well together. They pulled off some pretty big high spots in this match. And then, of course, last year, they had that best of 3 series. Well, Nathan Frazier won all those 3 matches that they had with each other. So Axiom ended up winning this match by hitting the golden ratio here, which I thought that was good that he won the match here, because he definitely needs a big win here. And who knows, maybe he becomes number 1 contender for a championship. I don't know. Because I think Axiom or even Nathan Frazier, they deserve, like a mid-card title here in NXT. But yeah, I thought the match was fine. Both guys have really good chemistry. This was basically a gentleman's fight here. Yeah, I mean, it was a good opener nonetheless. So, I mean, there's not really much else to say about this match other than that it was just a fine little kickoff match. But yeah, Axiom ended up picking the victory here. So yeah. All right, and then on the actual show, so I don't have a graphic of it, but we had CM Punk, which he was on the NXT Deadline. Well, Shawn Michaels kicked off the show, basically introducing, basically telling, welcome to, NXT Deadline. And CM Punk comes out, and he comes out wearing his like pink hoodie, his Bret Hart hoodie. And then Shawn Michaels goes like, when CM Punk gets in the ring, goes like, "Hey, you're wearing the wrong hoodie there." So I thought that was pretty cool. And basically, CM Punk was basically just hinting about him maybe coming to NXT, because he hasn't. I'm not sure where he's going to be signing that. I'm pretty sure he's going to be going to Raw. But I mean, and he also was on last week's SmackDown as well. But basically, he was just teasing like, hey, maybe I should come to NXT, and and then the whole crowd was chanting CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. So I don't know. I mean, I doubt he's going to go to NXT, but I mean, it was cool seeing him there. And Shawn Michaels and Punk, they took a picture backstage. I mean, not backstage. They took a picture in the ring because um, people were taking pictures with CM Punk that watched him as a kid, that watched CM Punk as a kid, like Cora Jade and like Roxanne Perez and people like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then CM Punk goes like, "Hey, I need to take a picture of my childhood hero," and took a picture with Shawn Michaels. So I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we just had CM Punk and Shawn Michaels and nice little segment together to start the show. Okay, and now we're gonna move on to the actual first match on the card, which was the North American Championship match. We had Dominic Mysterio, Dirty Dom, defending the title against Dragon Lee. Which in this match we got a new North American champion. We didn't have Mommy by ringside. That's the reason why Dom lost, because Mommy wasn't there at ringside. Um, no, this was a fun match. Really enjoyed it. Rey Mysterio was on commentary. He was there supporting. He was there supporting Dragon Lee in this match here, which I thought was good. It was a fun match. Dom. He tried using a lot of imitating a lot of moves, from like Eddie Guerrero, doing the 3 suplexes, and he even tried hitting his dad 619, but that didn't end up working. Dom was just trying to do a lot of cheating in the match, this normal Dom stuff. They also chanted "Dom, you suck, Dom, you suck" in the match. But yeah, Dragon Lee ended up winning by hitting this running knee, or this. Yeah, he ended up hitting the running knee to become new North American champion, which I think that was the right move, because Dom is just way past the North American Championship right now. He can go on to do bigger and better things right now. And Dragon Lee is definitely an up and comer, which he was supposed to. I thought he was going to be winning the title like a few months back, like back around October. But yeah, they finally put the title onto Dragon Lee, which I think was the right move, because he's been needing a title for a little bit. So, and I think he could put on some good matches with a lot of people. So I think that was the right move to take the title off of Dom here. And also, Dom's title reign was kind of getting a little stale. I mean, it was cool when he won it the first time. But then and then he wanted it back again, basically to pop the reins more. But as of late, the ratings kind of came down for NXT. Sorry, my nose is running a little bit, kind of coming down with the cold. But yeah, the ratings kind of came down a little bit. So Dom basically isn't the rating save for NXT that they think he was. But overall, I thought it was a good way to kick off the show here. This was a good opener. New NXT North American Champion, Dragon Lee. All right, and then the next match we had was the Women's Iron Survivor match. So in the match we had, let me figure out all these women again. So we had Tiffany Stratton. Who else was in this match? So we had Tiffany Stratton, Lash Legend, Kalani Jordan, Fallon Henley, and Blair Davenport. So if you guys don't know what an Iron Survivor match is basically, so it's a 25-minute time limit. You can win by pinfall, submission, disqualification, count. No, you can't win by count out, but you can win by those ways. Okay. And if you get pinned, then you have to go into a penalty box for 90 seconds. And if you do the pinning and you successfully get a pinfall, then you get a point. And the person with the most points at the end of the 25 minutes is the Iron Survivor. Pretty self-explanatory there. Yeah, I think I explained it pretty well. So, the women that started off this match were Fallon Henley and Blair Davenport, which I thought was good. Blair Davenport ended up picking up the first fall. She hit an Alabama slam onto Fallon Henley. I thought it was good. It was good for a few minutes that were going on in this match. And then the next person who came out, it was at 5 minutes. It was Tiffany Stratton. She came out, which Fallon Henley, she ended up picking up the second fall, and it was by hitting a Shining Wizard onto Tiffany Stratton. And so Tiffany Stratton had to go into the box for 90 seconds. And then next we had Kalani Jordan. Kalani Jordan, she was kind of I didn't really notice her much in this match, to be honest. I mean, she was doing okay. I mean, she had some nice, a few nice high spots in this match, but other than that, she didn't do a whole lot. What else here? Lash Legend, and she was the final person to come out. Lash Legend ended up doing a double pin. So she pinned Tiffany Stratton. Well, she did a chokeslam to Tiffany Stratton, and then she did a power bomb on Fallon Henley. So she pinned both of them to put both women inside the box. So she had 2 points there. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then Blair Davenport, she ended up doing a diving double foot stomp to Kalani Jordan. Excuse me. So then now that was Blair Davenport's second fall. And then Tiffany Stratton did the prettiest moonsault onto Lash Legend. Also, Lash Legend, Lash Legend, she was looking good out there. I really liked that. Also, really enjoyed when Metaphor came out. They kind of blocked the penalty box because it was Tiffany Stratton and Fallon Henley. They were inside. So Tiffany Stratton and Fallon Henley ended up having to climb out of the penalty box. And I believe it was, I can't remember, someone got knocked, someone got put through the announce table. I think it might have been Fallon Henley who went through that. And then Tiffany Stratton, she ended up jumping on everybody in the match, diving on everybody outside of the penalty box. So that was a pretty nice spot. But Blair Davenport, she got the final fall here. So she had 3 falls in this match. She hit a knee strike onto Fallon Henley to put her back in the box. And basically, it came down to the final few minutes. It came down to the final minute of this match. Blair Davenport basically was trying to keep away from Lash Legend, because Lash Legend, yeah, she had 2 falls, so she was only down 1 fall to Blair Davenport. Yeah, I mean, I thought this was definitely a fun match. I thought there were going to be a little bit more high spots in this match. I mean, it wasn't bad though. Not a bad match. But yeah, Blair Davenport is going to be the number 1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship at NXT New Year's Eve, the first NXT of this year, of 2024. Excuse me. But yeah, it was definitely fun. And after the match, Lyra Valkyria came out with her title, and she was holding it up. But then we had the return of Cora Jade. She took out Lyra Valkyria. And Cora Jade, she was looking as good as ever here. She was looking good. She was looking really good here. She held up the NXT Women's Championship. Basically said, hey, she's back, and she's back for that title. And I'm excited to see what happens this Tuesday on NXT. Because she says, hey, you guys are going to have to wait and see what I do. But yeah, definitely fun match. Okay, then the next match we had was Lexis King going up against Carmelo Hayes. And it's kind of a grudge match here, basically. Ever since Lexis King came into NXT, he's kind of, got involved with the Trick and Mello situation. Yeah, I mean, throughout the match, Lexis King, he was really working on the back of Carmelo Hayes throughout the whole match. This dissecting that back of him, and then Carmelo Hayes was really working on the elbow and basically the arm of of Lexus King. I'm surprised that Carmelo Hayes got the win here. But yeah, he ended up hitting his leg drop to end up picking up the victory. And then after the match, as Carmelo Hayes was leaving, Alexis King got on the microphone. Hey, he said, "Hey, basically to make it easy on you, I wasn't the person who attacked Trick Williams." And he goes like, "Thanks for the PLE spot. Thanks for basically putting me on the map here on an NXT premium leather that." But yeah, I thought this was a fun match. Nothing too crazy, But they both were pretty well together, and I like this character of Lexus King, of Brian Pillman Jr. I thought it was fun. But yeah, Carmelo Hayes won the match here. And then the next match we had was the men's Iron Survivor match, which I thought this match was a lot better. I kind of going into this one, I go like, okay, we have a lot of big men in here, like with Dijak and what's his face? What's his name? We had Dijak in here, and then we had Josh Briggs. Those were two people that started off this match. Which we had two big hosses in here, which was just pretty cool. They were the first two who started here. It was basically wearing each other out at the beginning of this match here. And then next came out Tyler Bate. He was the third person to come out. Yeah, Tyler Bate was the next person to come out. So it was at 5 minutes. The first fall came from Dijak. He hit the feast your eyes onto Josh Briggs. So Josh Briggs ended up having to go in the penalty box for 90 seconds. And that's when Tyler Bate was coming right out. So I thought that was cool how they set that up there. And then Josh Briggs, he ended up kind of getting some revenge onto Dijak by hitting a lariat onto Dijak. So then they put him in the box for 90 seconds. So Dijak and Josh Briggs, they both had 1 point apiece. And then Tyler Bate, he just went off there for a little bit. It was like 9 minutes. Tyler Bate did a pin onto Dijak. He had a schoolboy onto Dijak, and then did a Tyler Driver 97 to Trick Williams. Yeah, Trick Williams was the next one to come out. Which people are so behind Trick Williams here, they were saying "whoop that trick," whoop that. They were saying "whoop that trick" quite a bit. So yeah, so that put both Dijak and Trick Williams in the box, in the penalty box. And then we had badass Brown Breaker come out. He hit a spear right out of the game on the Josh Briggs, put him in the penalty box. Then hit one after that on the Tyler Bate, put him in the box, and then another spear onto Dijak, and that put all three of them in the box for the same amount of time for 90 seconds. So three spears in the matter of like a few seconds. So yeah, Braun Breaker, he had 3 points at that point. And then Dijak, I tell you what, Trick Williams. I have about to say Trick Mel. Trick Williams, he really had to play comeback a lot in this match. He was against, like the last few minutes of the match, he just had to figure out a way to come back. But we'll talk about that here. But yeah, Dijak ended up putting Trick Williams back in the box by doing a spinning Bigfoot, spinning big boot. Sorry, doing spinning big boot on the Trick Williams, and that put, like I said, that put him back in the box there. And Tyler Bate ended up doing. Oh, this was a really nice spot in the match where Tyler Bate, it was Braun Breaker. He was on the top rope, did a Frankensteiner, and into a Tyler Driver 97 onto Dijak. So Tyler Bate ended up picking up another fall. So he had 3 pins now. There was a lot of guys who had 3 pins in this match, which, yeah, there were a lot more pins in this match than there was in the women's match, which a lot more action, a lot more pinning in this match, which I thought was really cool. And then Dijak and Josh Briggs, they ended up kind of making like a truce together. So they ended up like doing like a double diving moonsault onto Trick Williams and Braun Breaker. So they both ended up putting both of them in the box for 90 seconds. And there was one point in the match where there was like three guys in the box. It was Dijak, Josh Briggs, and like Tyler Bate. You know, they were all three just fighting inside the penalty box. I thought that was cool. But like in the span of like the last few moments of this match, like around 23 minutes, Trick Williams, he ended up doing a schoolboy onto Josh Briggs and Dijak, so he got two falls back to back. You know, because Trick Williams, he had to play comeback a lot in this match. Let's see here. Ryan says, doing the match, I was thinking, what if Trick do a comeback, and they did, and they did that, and they did, and I didn't think they would do it. Plus, I don't think Trick will win. I mean, it could have went either way. Yeah, I do agree with that. It could have went either way. But yeah, Trick, he ended up doing two schoolboys onto Josh Briggs and Dijak, so he had two falls there. And then doing a jackknife cover onto Tyler Bate. So now he had three falls. So now he was tied up with Dijak and Josh Briggs and Tyler Bate there. Oh yeah, and Braun Breaker. And then he hit this big like running knee onto Braun Breaker to pick up the last fall like at the last few seconds of this match. So the winner of the men's Iron Survivor match was Trick Williams, which hey, that was good. You know, that's who I predicted to win this match, and I predicted it correctly with 4 falls. So he had 4 falls in this match. He also hit a pretty nice crossbody onto all the guys outside of this ring of the ring. So I thought that was a pretty cool spot. But yeah, this was definitely a fun match. You know, like Josh Briggs, he moved pretty good for a big man. You know, this was really a show cut, like basically a showcase match for him. Basically to show what he could do. Dijak, you know, we already knew what he could do for a big man. Braun Breaker, we saw what stuff he could do. But yeah, this was a fun match. Like if you haven't watched this match yet, definitely go check it out. Go check it out when you have free time. But yeah, Trick Williams is a new number 1 contender for the NXT Championship at NXT New Year's Evil, the first NXT of 2024. So now we're going to move on to the next match, which we had was a steel cage match between Roxanne Perez and Kiana James. Yeah, this match here, and like even the crowd, like they did not care about this match as much. Yeah, this really wasn't behind this match. Kiana James ended up picking up the victory here. By help of what's her face? I'm trying to figure out her name now. Let me figure out what is this girl's name who helped her out. Hold up here. Someone wants to go down in the chat below. Let me know who helped her win. Let me see. Man, my nose is just running right now. Sorry, I'm not completely prepared right here. It was who was the girl who helped her? Oh, I know who it was. Her name is blank. Oh, Izzy Dame. Izzy Dame was the person who helped her win. So Izzy Dame came out and basically slammed the door in Roxanne Perez's face. And then it was Kiana James. She hit the steel chair in the face of Roxanne Perez. And I thought they were going to do like a big spot off the top of the cage. You know, there was one point where they were both fighting on top of the cage. But nothing really came big. There was like no big spots in this match. And it's basically a cool down match to get ready for the main event. I also thought that Kiana James would bring her bag into play. You know, maybe she might have some, I don't know, bricks in there or something. I thought there was going to be something. Also, there were multiple times where Roxanne Perez, she tried going for the pop rocks. She did it once, but that got a 2 count out of the match here. But yeah, Keanu James surprisingly won this match, which I did not see that coming at all. Like there were some matches here that came out of left field, like um Dragon Lee. I kind of expected that one there, but like there were a few matches here that kind of came out go like, whoa, I was not expecting that. Like Blair Davenport, I was expecting her to win earlier, but yeah. But yeah, Keanu James ended up winning here, so hopefully this feud is over. Hopefully they don't do any more because yeah, it was this really cold reaction here. I didn't care about it that much. And then next we had the main event for the NXT Championship. We had Ilya Dragunov defend the title against Baron Corbin. I gotta say this match was a lot better than the match that Baron Corbin had with Gabe Stevenson. Like this match was so much better than that. It always seems like Ilya Dragunov, he's willing to die in that ring, to retain that title. He's willing to die, before he have to get carried out of the ring. He's going to die in there before he loses the match. That's what's going to happen. Like Ilya Dragunov, he just kept having this fight throughout the match. Baron Corbin, he did typical heel stuff in this match. Wasn't too bad. Ilya Dragunov, he was hitting a lot of H bombs. This like hitting those like big forearms. Repeatedly kept hitting them. There were some pretty nice suplexes that he was hitting onto Baron Corbin on the outside of the ring. I thought that was nice. Even Baron Corbin was like working on the back and like kind of manipulating like some body parts of Ilya Dragunov. But yeah, I mean, Ilya Dragunov, he ended up hitting his torpedo to retain the NXT Championship, which came from like basically no surprise that Ilya Dragunov was going to retain. Because I mean, yeah, he was not going to be losing to Baron Corbin. But yeah, this was like a brutal match, and I mean, he's just repeatedly pounding down Baron Corbin. I thought the ref was going to have to call it off. There were some pretty nice top rope moves that they were doing. So I mean, it was definitely a fine match. Like I said, it was a lot better. This is your better Baron Corbin match here. But yeah, still NXT champion is Ilya Dragunov, and then after the match, we had Trick Williams come out to the top of the stage. Also, Carmelo Hayes was behind them, which I still believe that, hey, I think it was Carmelo Hayes who did the attack onto Trick Williams. And I think he's going to be the one who costs Carmelo Hayes is going to be the one who costs Trick Williams the NXT championship. That's what's going to happen here. But yeah, definitely, this was a fun premium live event. Really enjoyed it. The final premium live event of the year, might I say. But yeah, hopefully you guys all enjoyed my review. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'm on the road to 1K subscribers. We are at like 703 right now. So definitely, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Also, turn on the post notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video. And also go follow me on all my social media platforms. Go follow me on X and Instagram at the True JSB. Once again, it's at the True JSB. Got a lot of things to look forward to on my channel. So definitely, have those notifications on. Also, go down in the comments and live chat. Let me know what you guys want to see on my channel, because I always love hearing feedback from you guys. That really helps out quite a bit. We got some more, predictions, some more reviews to do. So definitely stay on the lookout for that. This Friday, I believe we have Ring of Honor Final Battle, which is the final Ring of Honor pay-per-view of the year. And eventually we have was it AEW's World's End, which is coming up on December 30th. So that'll be the final AEW show. Hey, we're winding the year down, guys. We're really winding it down. But yeah, like I said, don't forget to subscribe. You know, share my channel. Share my channel with your mom, your dad, your uncle, your sister, your aunt, whoever. You know, share my channel. Get my channel notice out there more. You know, if you got people who really enjoy wrestling as much as I do, yeah, really get them to subscribe. But yeah, hopefully you guys all enjoyed my review. You know, pretty long review here, but hey, yep, that was my NXT Deadline 2023 review. And this is your boy Juggernaut saying peace out. And I will catch you guys in my next video. So, peace. Too sweet, guys.